I get money in my sleep, I could never be with.
Let me ask you a question, Bush.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You feel me? Me, Bush, your boy B-Rad. We back at it again. Hit that like button as you come in. Subscribe, all that type of stuff, you know, because you already know we're going to deliver. What's good, B-Rad?
Chilling, man. How you doing? Everything good?
Everything's good, but like we've been saying, like the world, as always, goes through what it goes through, the changes and the different shit, man. We're going to get into all the topics, but the one thing, the Iranian situation is getting pretty serious, man. And you hear about that?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, it's
he laughing sarcastically because he's like, motherfucker, I told you about this shit.
Nah, I mean, look, it's pretty wild, bro. Like, who knows what we're really seeing is real, but like, I mean, not real, but you know what I mean, what perspective it's coming from. But bro, everybody's out in the street over there protesting, and protesting is dealt with like death penalty. And people over there are not caring. They keep overthrowing cities and government buildings and torching buildings, and they're fed up with the bullshit, dude. Their economy sucks. They got no money, yet their country funds fucking terrorism worldwide. Like, for what? It's not fucking helping them in any way, shape, or form. So people are pissed. It's awesome.
I got a little content to play, and then we'll get into it from your favorite people at the Fox Network.
We are following this hour. Take a look. The latest on the protests in Iran that are now nearing 2 weeks. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has signaled a major crackdown is coming, despite serious warnings from President Trump. Iran's Attorney General warning today that anyone taking part in protests will be considered a, quote, enemy of God, which is punishable by death. And the AG adding even those who, quote, helped rioters could be sentenced to death as well. Right now,
we talked about the protesting. We said peaceful protesting is a good thing because if you feel away, that's not, I'm not saying good or bad, but it's our right as Americans, you know, so it should be done. Out there, they talking about killing you for protesting. Whoa.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's a very different place than America. We have peaceful protests built into our government and to our way of life. They don't. They know the penalty for it. So you can tell they're pretty serious. But right. Just know if they get their hands, on any of the higher ups in the government, they tear these people to shreds in the streets over there. So
we've seen that happen before
out there. It's kill or be killed out there right now.
I think they got bigger things to protest about than in that case. If they can't protest, like if that's not the reason they're protesting now, then you know that's got to be everything right there. First of all, we got to change that.
No, it is. They just get overexcited and they rip people apart. But like the protest part's good. The pulling your leader apart, nah, put them on trial. But they like to deal with them in the street over there.
Yeah, but just like you said, the people are, they know they're not supposed to do that. They was raised like that. The government, the president should know, what could go down. You know, they should know too. Shit.
For sure. They all, look, everybody over there knows exactly what time it is.
Aye.
Now we know the regime has shut down internet in the country and cut off phone lines for folks living there. President Trump has...
They shut off the internet. Why do you think they did that?
So they can't circulate videos of people being mass murdered in the street by like death squads sent out by the government. And so you can't coordinate with people through the internet of what to do, where to go, that kind of stuff.
Oh my God. They shut the internet down.
Iranian regime on notice, repeatedly saying that the U.S. could intervene.
Oh, yeah,
and strike Iran if protesters continue to be killed.
They've started shooting the hell out of people, and all of a sudden people without any weapons whatsoever are standing there and machine guns gunning them down.
This is crazy because you never seen people brave enough to protest out there like that, like recently. I don't know about, I'm sure there were, but like they know they're going to die. They protest and they're all out there protesting. That's insane.
There's been a few instances where they have protested over the past few years and people wound up dying for it. Like legit. So it happens, man.
Take them to prisons and then hang them and kill them. So they played rough. And I said, if they do that, we're going to hit them very hard. Well, we're going to hit them hard. We're ready to do it. If they do that, we're going to hit them hard. And so far, for the most part, there's been some of it, but for the most part, they haven't.
And you were
There we go with another conflict that we involved in. We got Ukraine and Russia. We got Venezuela. We got this one. We got the African situation over there, and wow, when you're a superpower, it's what it is. Now you have some presidents that might ignore certain things and things like that. I ain't gonna lie, but this dude Trump is like, yeah, we're gonna respond to that too if we got to type shit.
Yo, because Trump just busted the illest flex on the whole world, and now he's just going around and just macking everybody around, just letting them know, like, yo, get in line, or I'm gonna handle you too. Like, I'm handling everybody right now. 2026, like, it's a new day.
I did see some content of the North Korean leader. He wasn't saying nothing, but it might have been a propaganda or whatever, as everything is. But they say he getting worried. The way when he seen that Venezuela thing go down, he like, oh.
Yeah, if he's smart, if he and all the other douchebag dictators across the world, your best move is shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Like, nobody thinks you're cool because you tough talk Donald Trump on TikTok and then get your ass pulled out of your own country the next day. Like, you're not hard. Just shut up. There's nobody in the world that can stop him from doing what he's doing. Your best bet is to just lay low.
But the way he fixed it is because of opportunity. Is it because of the money and the oil, or is it because of really he didn't like the way? Like, how did he pick? Because there's, like you said, there's so many dictators across the world.
It's the most valuable reason. It's right in our backyard. It's something that we don't have to take over because the people there want change. You know what I mean? Like, it's a pretty good trade-off for the little bit that we do have to get involved. But also, they're in bed with China, Iran. Like, Venezuela's in bed with China, Iran, North Korea, Russia. Like, they're, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's the back door into our half of the world. And it's like,
the part that ain't in the UN, they all clicked up basically.
Yeah, all the BRICS people.
Looking at some of the video there. Now, we do have that statement that came in from Iran's attorney general. This is just a portion of it, but it does say, translated, prosecutors must carefully and without delay, by issuing indictments, prepare the grounds for the trial and decisive confrontation with those who, by betraying the nation and creating insecurity, seek foreign domination over the country. Proceedings must be conducted without leniency, compassion, or indulgence. Now, we did see Secretary of State for the U.S. Marco Rubio post simply this on social media today, quote, "The United States supports the brave people of Iran." And the State Department itself.
My thing is, we live, our country is about, we could protest, freedom of speech, freedom of all that. But is it pushing it, getting involved in other people's shit? I guess showing support is cool, but like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a country that got their rules. Everybody, hey, we can't, we pushing our shit on everybody else, basically.
No. Check it out. Look, we're not pushing our way of life on anybody, all right? These people are being murdered in the street by a scumbag regime that's been threatening us for the longest time. So it's time to fucking, enough's enough. And now, look, you can threaten us all you want, but when you start murdering innocent people in the street just because they want a better life, that's where America doesn't play that game anymore. Especially if you're like the foothold of that entire part of the world. All of our biggest problems come from, they start 90% of the problems in the Middle East. They fund all the terrorist bullshit. They're the fucking problem. And it's not even the people. It's the regime. You get those idiots out of play, bro, it's a nuclear power. It was a nuclear power or on the way to be, but you don't got to worry about that no more.
But what's going to happen unless they set up a new system, or what are they going to do? Become Democrats?
Well,
what do you like?
You know what else?
A democracy?
Their president, their prince that got chased off and is coming back now wants to install a democratic government. And if they go Democrat, that means they become a U.S. ally. That means that they stop selling oil to China. That means China ceases to exist.
From Iran? Or Venezuela? You talking
Yeah.
about Iran?
Yes. Iran.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Posting on
Yeah.
X
Like
saying, "Do
they're
not
worried
play
about
games
they're
with
worried about
President
China
Trump."
invading
when he
Taiwan. China's not going to be able to heat its own houses if they fucking don't get that oil.
Are you
So if
serious?
Iran turns, yeah, very
So
very
this could get
serious.
bigger. This could get bigger than.
No, this is like
Let's not deny China is a superpower.
Trump's clearing the board. He's clearing the board.
He playing chess.
4D chess, bro.
he says he'll do something, he means it. Again, a look at some of the video here coming in out of Iran at this hour of those large protests that do continue. The U.S.-based human rights activist news agency reporting that at least 65 people.
So according to the Iranian law, all of these people could be punished by death. All of these people out there.
Yes.
Cheese on bread.
And then on top of that,
demonstrations with
women have to wear hijabs outside. You got young women outside, no hijabs, lighting cigarettes with the pictures of the Ayatollah. Like, they're really not playing games out there.
Wow. You know, when you got a dictatorship, if you don't cut off the internet, then you have a problem because the American is going to seep in. They're going to see it. Just like that's why North Korea is able to do what they do because the internet is cut off. All outside internet, they got their own internet.
And anytime the people in Venezuela try to take to the streets, they'd cut the internet and send people out the street and start whacking people out there too. It's the ultimate. It's like it's in the dictator handbook. You know, if you get an uprising from civilians, dead the internet, cut TV, and fucking go out and handle business in the street unapologetically. But if people are watching and cameras are on and the internet's on, you can't really do that shit. So tell them what happened if they turned the internet off, Bush.
You see it right here.
More than 2,300 others detained. The Supreme Leader stating Trump is at least partially to blame for these protests.
I said that because this could have been bigger than what it is. They cut the internet. You see that, but if they didn't cut the internet, man, this would have been real crazy out that bitch. For sure.
There is so much to discuss here, as always, so I do want to bring in Jonathan Salye, a research analyst at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy's Iran program. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
It's great to be with you, Josh. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And as I mentioned, this is a story that so many people are paying close attention to, not just in the U.S., not just in Iran, but all over the world here. Can you kind of break down the Supreme Leader's comments there regarding President Trump and his role, he says, there in those protests and demonstrations?
So this has been a tactic for years now by the Islamic Republic, trying to delegitimize these protesters by using these fake accusations that they're operating on behalf of a foreign government. And as you pointed out, these are serious.
Wow. So what I see, basically, when Trump made that move out in Venezuela, it motivated the people because I'm trying to figure out what happened to where they decided to hit the streets. What was the last straw? Because we know in America, we could pinpoint all our last straws to what caused the distress.
Their last straw was their money falling even lower in value. Like their money's worthless. They got to put up like 1.7 million of their dollars to $1 American dollar.
Jeez Louise.
Their paper is worth more as fucking burned for fuel than it is for, paying for stuff.
It's a bread situation, what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? The Iranian government, the Muslim, whatever, the people that run their government over there offered the people $7 a month if they stop fighting against police forces and everything and go back home.
A whole $7?
Insult. That's an insult. They fund terrorism around the world. They nationalize their oil and stole all their money, but they can give them $7 a month. Fucking crazy. So they're not having it, and they might as well strike when the iron's hot.
Hey, that's a fact. So that's basically what it is, and so you're not denying that this Venezuela thing didn't play part in it. I think not like we know for facts, but how we think.
It helps. It helps out. It's like they already have the agenda. They had a reason to get really pissed off because then it got worse, and then all of a sudden they see that there's somebody out there that's standing up for their cause and mentioning them and doing work on similar leaders around the world. So might as well strike when the iron's hot.
Trump mentioned them.
Well, I mean, he did after that. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's what's up. All right, let's move on to the next topic. The breakdown. You had your thoughts on this situation.
Oh,
this
by the way, the internet's been back on over in Iran for almost immediately. Elon connected it with Starlink and is doing it for free. So once they did the internet over there, he just turned it right back the fuck on.
The real rich kid, the real one that could take some money out of his piggy bank and go ahead and change the world real quick. Hey, if he's doing it for a good cause, I'm with it. That's what's up.
Not all superheroes wear capes. Not all superheroes wear capes.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I like that. A lot of people got their thoughts on him because he's so rich. Of course, you're gonna have your thoughts. You know, you can have a guy that's a genius and go crazy, and you can, come on now, like the money. You got to look at it, what he can be doing though, and what he's doing. Like that's all, because he could be doing some real foul shit out here. I don't have no problem with advancements and trying to explore space and doing more and pushing the human culture. You know, the Teslas or the driving by, all that shit is fly to me. But hey, that's just me. Because a lot of people got issues with him, and I don't.
He's just out here just balling out and doing all sorts of ill shit. That's just what he does.
And it is a plus that he got rich on his own, and it wasn't his dad money and nobody bread. You know, his dad had money, but he really made it that bread on his own. Shit, that's crazy. But let's get into the next topic. It's a breakdown of the ICE shooting, and then we got some other content on that. B-Rad has a strong stance about it. We're gonna get to it.
Officer shoots and kills a woman in Minneapolis. 37-year-old Renee Good. It's disturbing, but it's critical to understanding how the law will handle those who enforce it. And really, it boils down to about 3 seconds and 3 shots fired. The driver of an SUV reverses, pulls forward, and the agent in harm's way shoots and kills. These crucial moments, and very possibly this video in particular, the clearest I've yet to see, form much of the basis of the official government account of what happened. That the driver was a violent rioter who weaponized her vehicle in an attempt to kill, and that the ICE officer, fearing for his life, fired defensive shots. Within hours of the incident, Donald Trump would agree with that version of events, saying the driver of the SUV violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, while also claiming the officer seems to have shot her in self-defense.
This vehicle was used to hit this officer. It was used as a weapon, and the officer feels as though his life was in jeopardy.
I'm going to take you frame by frame through what we know from video evidence, expert opinion, and hard rules on the use of force, all of which could be used to determine whether this was indeed self-defense or something else.
Don't let the murderer leave! We want the murderer of Renee Nicole Good to be brought to justice.
Okay, this is propaganda, obviously, but I want to hear what they got.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, ICE agents were carrying out a quote-unquote targeted operation in Minneapolis, and the official account is that civilians were trying to block them in. Video of the shooting about to unfold appears to support this, with this dark red SUV blocking the road, and these are ICE agents approaching the driver's side. We can see from this other angle, the SUV is actually parked here for some period of time. This man right here is the officer who within moments you will see drawing his gun. He's filming the car, walking around it, then disappears out of frame. Back to the other angle. The armed hooded agents approach, ordering the driver blocking their way to get out of the car. You can see here the reverse lights go on. Just a split second before, this ICE agent puts his hand on the door handle. He's going to try to open that door, but it's locked. The voice we're hearing there.
Now, when she's backing up, she could have backed up right there and got out right there. Why are you touching the car? She backing up. She could have got out the way. Why are you touching the car?
He gave her a lawful order to step out of the car.
Oh, okay. All right. You're right.
is of
Yeah, I
a
know.
bystander.
When it comes to killing her, we're gonna get to that. You know, he gave her a lawful order to get out the car. Okay, she didn't. This dude grabbing the car, she's scared. She could say all that. But now let's keep going though.
We can't hear is the driver herself. That's a key piece of evidence we're missing, because when weighing the totality of what's happened, the apparent fight or flight of the driver absolutely factors in.
That can include verbal cues, facial tics, whatever you're seeing. You know, someone has a look in their eye, you need to get in there, interview the officers who are right there, interview the officer himself involved in the shooting, get a better understanding of what it was he was seeing and what led him to believe that this posed such an imminent danger.
No! Now, if we pause the video again right here, a whole series of things are about to happen in rapid succession, and I'll break them down one by one. First, you'll notice the reverse lights are off. The car's back in drive, and for the briefest of moments, at a complete stop. Second, the agent who just tried to open the driver's side door has now reached inside the vehicle itself. But third, and most importantly, we now see a third ICE officer emerge. This is the one we saw earlier, filming the vehicle, circling around it. He's in front of the vehicle now, and he's drawing his gun.
There's no restriction about when you can take your weapon out of your holster or not. But normally it's when you feel like you are a potential threat. For instance, if you're engaged in an arrest, you have your weapon out in most cases during an arrest.
It's as the vehicle starts to accelerate forward, turning to the right, away from the officer with the gun, he fires three distinct shots.
Ready to pop.
The driver immediately loses control.
Everybody, all the rest of the homies is like, what the fuck? All the rest of the officers like, damn, he popped. Like, for real?
Of the vehicle. Seconds later, it crashes hard into a parked vehicle on the side of the road.
This good officer is running to see what's up because he knows he or she knows that wasn't right. She running over there.
And we learn later the driver's dead.
Oh my fuck you, motherfucker! Talk about shit.
What are you talking about?
Whatever.
This bitch tried to hit him with a car and she got shot. It's really sad, but that's exactly what happened. She shouldn't have been in the first place. She shouldn't have been there. If she was so scared, why was she trying to block them in the first place? Like, none of the bullshit stands up. Like, that's it. This woman died literally for nothing, and it's terrible. It's really sad. Really sad.
And then I'm gonna play the other, because
her husband died like 5 or 6 months ago. So now she's got a child, like a young child that she just left orphaned to give up her life for somebody that she doesn't even know about some bullshit to do nothing, to accomplish nothing. It's messed up. That's psychotic.
So knowing how the altercation ends, let's play that video out once again without stopping and starting. Then we'll consider whether this supports or discredits the Trump administration version of events.
She was about to hit him. That was crazy, bro. I don't understand what you're talking about. I really don't.
In considering the federal narrative of what happened, let's go from easy to hard.
We're going to play the other side too in a minute, but looked like she swerved away and she was out there and he popped. Pop, pop. He had his gun drawn way before that. You seen it.
Without stopping and starting. Then we'll consider whether this supports or discredits the Trump administration version of events.
Right here. He's going out of there.
But like, what are you playing? The cop. Listen. The cop walking into the car.
The federal narrative of what happened. Let's go from.
Sorry. Go ahead.
The cop walking up to the car, right? Putting his hands on the door, saying, "Get out of the car. Put the car in park. Get out of the car." As he's doing that, the woman backs up and spins the tires, then throws the car into drive, and then spins the tires again. While that's all happening. While that's all happening, the cop in the front is pulling his gun out because the other cop gave a lawful order that's being ignored. She takes off at him. He puts two in the window. She fucking turns off. Done deal.
So you just said that she got shot for trying to get away. She got killed for trying to get away.
But my question is why does everybody immediately side with the person who's not supposed to be there doing the illegal thing and not with the person who's been tested to the nth degree and sat down by every psychologist in the federal government and the state government and checked again and passed tests and then put on the street and does this job for 10 years? We don't trust their judgment. We trust some psycho mother in a car that drove
Because
5
we have
hours to stop
video.
ice agent.
That's why. Because we have video. That's why. Nobody that's trying to get
no,
away
but when it
deserves
comes
to get
when it
murdered.
comes down to a judgment call, like in a split second, if that guy has to use his weapon or not, and he does, why would we doubt his judgment and put our faith in a judgment of somebody who should
He was
never
the
have been
only
there in the
lame
first place?
that felt that way. I gotta pull my weapon. He was ready to shoot. He was hungry to
He was
shoot.
the
You
only
don't know
one in the
this
position
like
too.
that?
He was the only one in the position to be hit by the car.
No, he was not. He couldn't have been hit by the car.
Okay, wait
First
until
of
you see the
all,
body cam. Wait
The
until
only
you see
way
the
she was
body
going to
cam
be hit by the
footage.
car if she was going to hit him by the car. If she
Wait
wanted to
until you
murder
see the
him,
body cam
that's how
footage.
he was
Just
going to
wait.
get hit by the car.
Just wait until you see the body cam footage. You'll see how
Recall
wrong
the
you
story
are.
told by the
You've seen the
President
AI
of the
footage.
United States that
You'll
the
see.
driver of the SUV violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer. It is incorrect to say the ICE officer was run over because he wasn't. He's on his feet in front of the vehicle as the driver hits the gas. He appears to almost jump out of the way, and by the time he's firing his second and third shots, he's clear of the vehicle's path. He's still standing, even as the driver loses control. And within seconds, he's walking towards the car after it's crashed. What we can't be sure of at this point is whether he was actually clipped by the car. Trump's account is that the officer took time to recover in
Everybody else
hospital,
like, what the
and he
fuck?
offered this video
I knew
as
this guy was
proof that the
crazy.
officer was indeed hit. From this angle, it does seem possible that he was, but it's not conclusive. The video is so grainy, and honestly, it's hard to tell whether the compression of the zoom is just making it look like he was hit or whether he was actually hit. Going back to this angle, it's still not totally clear to me whether he was or wasn't. It's hard to tell if he's pushed back by the car
She
or he's
was hit.
simply jumping
The whole
back
thing with
out of
me
the way.
is
In
her
any
intentions.
case,
That's why. I'm sorry. She was trying to drive away. Yeah, she wrong. She gonna get locked up. She supposed to get locked up for that and all that. But she was not trying to hit the dude. I could see that. I seen the wheels turn. Like, come on now. I'm not gonna sit there and be fake with it. She wasn't trying to hit the dude. She ain't insane, psycho, whatever. She's trying to drive the fuck off. That was stupid and insane too. And some people might say,
But
she
you'll
was
see,
not trying to hit him.
she does hit him. He puts his hand on the hood and gets pushed back by it and shoots. You'll see.
Boy, okay. Something.
A Grammy Award-winning rapper's fate lies on the outcome of his high-profile.
I hear you. Let me go back to the other one. So you think her intentions was to hit the dude, huh? That's what you think?
No, I think her intentions were to leave, but I think when you play with police like that, and you've already gotten like 2 layers deep past where you should have been, it's not a surprise that a gun comes out at that point. I still don't think she deserves to get hurt. Not saying that at all. She should still be alive. But if she didn't put herself in this position, it never would have happened.
It makes sense what you're saying. It makes sense what you're saying. And yeah, these officers are on edge, and
of course they are.
They're out there
They
dealing with
on a
fucking
daily
crazy
basis.
shit. They're doing their
Sucks.
job. It makes sense what you're saying, but I was just trying to make it clear because before the whole thing was this psycho was trying to hit him. That's not. I can't rock with that.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that she was trying to run him down, but like it's just a bad fucking move, and she knew it was a bad move. The woman in the car with her girlfriend or some shit, was like, "Yeah, it was very stupid of her to do what she did. She shouldn't have done that." So, if the woman in the car says she shouldn't have done it and she was an idiot, I think it's safe to say she shouldn't have done it. And it was an idiot thing to do. She paid with her life for nothing. For nothing.
That's not the question.
For nothing.
That's not the issue. The issue is because she dead. It don't matter what she should have did or could have did or would have did.
That's what I'm saying. It's over now.
The issue is this cop, was he out of line when he popped off? That's the
No,
issue.
she's driving it. She's
She
driving a
slide
deadly weapon, and she didn't conform to an order given
Well,
by
I
a
hope the
federal
courts
agent.
realize and they see and they go, okay, when did the shots hit her? In the back or in the side or in the front? Because guaranteed
Who's
they're
going
going
to
to be
investigate her anyway? Who's going to investigate
So
the
it's
feds?
like she
So the
already
feds
got
are gonna
away and
investigate.
you're topping her. So that's not no.
But my question is, what kind of justice do you expect to get anyway? Like, who's going to investigate them? The feds? So the feds are going to investigate the feds on a clean shoot?
I don't expect to get
Yeah.
nothing, but that's why the protest is going on. That's why. That's what I'm trying to say. Because something
But
got to
it's
change
just-
about that.
I
You
understand.
can't
Look,
kill somebody. I don't give a damn
understand
what they do. It's like a kid, like anything. Like, I'm sorry, you can't go crazy because you got the authority and the nah.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
She was
You're
already
100%
gone.
right. You're 100% right, and I could easily be on the other side of of the line on this one, but I'm not. And either way, I would still say that this woman lost her life for absolutely nothing. And it's sad. Either way you look at it, right or wrong, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter anymore. Bottom line is someone's dead. That sucks.
True. That's true. With this Lil Durk situation, it's a lot of people writing, a lot of people talking, this and that. He's right now currently in confinement. A lot of people feel like he's been treated wrong. Watch a little content, then I got the content of the people that's talking. Man, it's a whole lot going on, man. But when you're dealing with a murder for hire, allegedly, and all this crazy stuff from a superstar that was on his way, like, to beat somebody and then go fuck it all up, it's a lot. It's crazy. But shout out to Lil Durk, I ain't gonna lie, because he ain't been convicted yet.
Rapper's fate lies on the outcome of his high-profile murder for hire case. But before the case is brought in front of a jury, his attorney is sounding the alarm, claiming his rights have been violated because of a smart tool. This is Inside the Crime, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. Federal prosecutors say Lil Durk is the mastermind of a sinister plot that ended in murder. While he should be prepping for the fight of his life, his defense attorneys say that the last 4 months he's been in isolation, and prison officials are giving conflicting reasons on why. It's October 17, 2024. Say that they have multiple witnesses already prepared to testify, and I'm sure the most important witnesses that they'll probably put on the stand are the analysts who go through the texts, the calls, etc. But for those who are allegedly involved in this plot, do you see any of them taking the stand or maybe turning on each other, possibly even turning on Lil Durk?
That's always a possibility, and that's always something that we prepare for, and preparing for the worst. There are a number of co-defendants involved in this case, and that's always something that we have to look out for, is the government trying to please certain people out and get cooperation from them on the eve of trial or as the case prepares to trial. And so that wouldn't.
Yeah, people definitely cooperating.
Yeah,
and it's already out there. So let's get into that. I want to touch on lightly the fact that he's in solitary confinement. You feel me? And it's kind of messed up because it's like, wait a minute, I ain't been convicted of nothing, but because you say I got all this power, I got to be locked down. You feel me? Like if you caught me putting out shit, like I'm sorry, Pistol Pete and people like that, that's the reasons why they're in solitary confinement under the jail, because they made shit happen from the jail. But if you ain't really catch none of that or see like, why is he down in the hole? Like, you know what I mean? In solitary confinement. You feel me? That's all.
Because,
I think you got
because check it out. Because like they claim he has power, he can do shit, he can get people touched. You know what I mean? Like he's the kind of dude that still fucking plays games. He spits in the face of like law enforcement. You know what I mean? Like him and his boys beat trials because like there's nobody around to talk about them because like the other people get whacked out on the trial, like shit like that. You know what I mean? So like they're like, you know what? We're not going to play with the rules with you because you don't play by the fucking rules. So like, what's the difference if he's in a regular fucking cell in general population or locked away by him damn self? He shouldn't be talking anything up. But he shouldn't be setting anything up.
It's hard on the mental. People go crazy in solitary confinement.
100%. That's part of breaking them. That's part of what they're trying to do to him, is break them mentally, get them to give up type shit. It's part of the plan. It's fucked up, man. That's why you don't play with these type of people. Like, don't play with the feds.
But you're saying play with them. He's not convicted or nothing. That's why I don't like, everybody like as anybody that get in any type of shit. Oh, you shouldn't have. Until you get charged and they say, yo, you're convicted of this. This America. You can't do that. Like, that's how I feel. Like, come on now. That's just,
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. But if you're deemed too dangerous to be out in the public, which he is, then, they can't release you until your trial's over and you're found innocent. So it's messed up. I agree. I agree. Because he is technically innocent. But if your charges are heinous enough, they don't need to let you go. And they don't have to give you any rights.
Yeah, because certain certain gangsters got put in the hole because they were trying to do stuff from jail, doing things.
Like whacking out judges and lawyers and shit.
Yeah, so that cut off communication. Yeah, I understand that. Unfortunately,
but they say that about every big name person they put in there now.
But if somebody hasn't got caught doing that, I don't believe you should be treating them like that. That's all. Because maybe
I
give him
agree.
a chance to change, and let's see, watch his ass record all this shit, obviously, whatever like type shit, but he's not
Feel you.
convicted of nothing. That's all. Shout out to Vlad. I don't know whatever, but he never struck me yet or nothing. So we're gonna just react to this. This is Durk's lawyer speaking on some things.
I mean, when it comes to taking on a case, do you have to feel the person is innocent, or do you feel like everyone deserves a proper defense? And you'll take on a case even if you feel the person actually did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was just talking about, right? Like this is America. Everybody innocent until proven guilty. That's like a saying. That's something that we came up raised off of.
Not like a saying, it's the cornerstone of our culture.
Thank you.
So that's a great question.
I got you.
And I don't think, Vlad, that it's ever where you say like, oh, I think the person did it. I break cases down into two categories, and I'm always lecturing lawyers around. I've spoken in almost every state in the country, and when I speak to young lawyers, I always say we have two categories of cases. We have black and white cases and gray cases. Black and white case is where someone's like, I didn't do it. I mean, this murder, I was 75 miles away at the time. You know, I was at a graduation party. I wasn't anywhere near it. Then you have the gray case. The gray case is damn straight, man. I took that gun and fired 7 shots. But you know why I did that? Because that dude has been beating me up, you know, a spouse for 5 years and just punched me in the face and I had it. And all of a sudden you go, uh-oh, we have an affirmative defense.
But you actually beat a case like the one you're actually describing.
I feel like this dude is Saul. Better call Saul. They got it off of this motherfucker. This is Saul right here.
Right.
I mean,
I did.
Right? A woman.
What'd you say?
I was going to say,
God.
he doesn't look like you can trust him unless you give him a lot of money.
He is Saul, homie. He is Saul.
Shot her husband in the face. How many times?
I've
multiple
multiple times.
And you actually won in court, and she was found not guilty.
I would say that I've had more battered partner syndrome not guilties than anybody in the United States of America. I've done them all. I've done a woman that burnt.
Well, that's good. If she getting her ass beat and she got to murk the motherfucker, yeah, she shouldn't be going. I'm with that. I don't give a damn. If he whooping her ass going crazy and then you just, sorry. Because that's why you shouldn't be treating people like that.
I agree 100%.
Your husband,
if you're gonna beat a woman and she kills you, then you should be fucking dead for it. So have at it.
Sorry.
Don't put your hand on nobody. You won't get nothing like that.
Period. We men. The women supposed to love you, nigga. If they want to kill you, you ain't being a man. You ain't doing something right. Facts. Let's go.
To the point he was unrecognizable. I used it there.
And you won that.
Won.
Wow.
Stabbing cases, gun cases, you name it. I early part of my career, I just started attracting those cases one after the other. You know, it's like anything else. You know, you get one great Vlad interview and then you get 5 more. I got one of those cases and then they just started lining up to the point where I was like, I got to do something else because every time I look in my reception area, it's nothing but women waiting to come in and see me. So, yeah.
I mean, do you ever take on cases where the person just can't afford you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
I'm thinking a lot of these cases you're describing, these are not multimillionaire women every time.
Yeah. So we are really selective about our pro bono practice and our pro bono activity. But it's certainly something between cooperating in the state system, as we've seen in cases in the news recently, that just falls apart.
Right, like the little Woody situation. He got on the stand and just started being a maniac on the stand. And almost, I would say little Woody's the reason why Young Thug won his case.
Yeah. So that just never happens in a federal case. And I'm saying this.
You know what I mean? Because I think that's why Lil Woody was so frustrated when Thug came out and was like, yeah, right, da-da-da, as he supposed to. But Woody, like, nigga, I saved your ass. That's what Woody thinking. He like, I put in the work.
Lil Woody is the wildest person I've ever seen give testimony in a trial ever.
That shit was wild.
He was wild. Oh, he was wild.
To the guy that did an iconic interview of Sammy the Bull Gravano, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so you know, that's
I interviewed him multiple times.
that's an all timer.
Yeah.
That's an all timer.
19 murders. Yeah.
Yeah. That's an all timer. I don't mean to do a Vlad TV, but if you haven't watched that, everybody needs to watch that.
Yeah, check it out.
And so you just don't see that in federal litigation. People are locked in. I mean, they are.
Yeah, they like, yes, ma'am. Like Gunner, yes, ma'am. No,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yeah, all
You
that.
already ratting. I hate that. It's like if you ratting, then you better be the rudest rat.
Yeah, let him hang, bro. Let him hang.
You go, yes, ma'am.
Locked in. They're in front of grand jury.
Woody literally like pissed all over the court like a piss bowl.
He went crazy. He was yelling at the lawyers. He was yelling at the judge. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like this shit. Y'all motherfucking messing with me. She keep messing with me.
Yeah, he was giving him attitude and shit. Like,
yeah, definitely was.
It was
That's
so
one
crazy.
thing he did do. I can't deny that. That shit was great.
There are multiple interviews. So you're looking at false statement cases. You're looking at perjury cases for the person if they do a 180, right? And so I say that all because it takes a while, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And I just no way of knowing whether or not people are cooperating. But usually you don't hear about it until the process has really worked its way along and the person is locked in. And so substantial assistance, then the government goes to a judge and says, forget all that. They've been ratting, they've been snitching, they've been cooperating. It's time to slice and dice. It's a Walmart bargain basement sale. And the only way they can do that, with the federal sentencing guidelines is through cooperation. But the government doesn't get there until they really move it along quite a bit.
Okay, so if there are co-defendants in the Durk case that are cooperating, you'll get all their statements before the trial?
Yes, before they testify, we'll have everything.
Okay, is it right before the trial, or do you have a long leeway to actually prepare for that?
So
do they spring it on you right at the end?
No. Usually there's a court order and there's an agreement that it's a rather substantial period of time, but it's enough.
Okay.
Generally speaking, it's enough time for us to do a good cross-examination.
So you could actually do depositions with
no depositions.
And that's why they're saying that Durk is in the hole. I forgot. I just remembered because he found out who's ratting and who's telling. You feel me? But is that a good, like, that's what they were saying, because he found out who's ratting. Now they got to put him in the hole because whatever else. That ain't really
you
cool.
can recall about that person now.
Dangerous motherfucker, they said.
Yeah. Well, they're not wrong. Charges are
He said they're not wrong. Fuck you. They're doing it wrong.
The charges that are leveraged, the charges leveraged against him are that of a dangerous individual.
I'm a political fighter, all right? They treating them wrong, all right?
Huge motions in the Lil Durk murder for hire case. A snitch says that Durk put bounties on 6 different individuals. There's a lot of information in this video. It sounds like the government's case relies heavily upon snitches, and they're going to testify at trial. Hit subscribe. Let's go, boys. All right, first thing we got here is government's opposition to defendant Durk Bank's motion to dismiss for vagueness, or in the alternative for a bill of particulars. The second superseding indictment contains robust allegations about the motive for murder, details about how the defendant stalked the murder victims for hours leading up to killing, and detailing about each defendant's role in the murder plot. Defendant nonetheless moved for dismissal of counts 1 and 2 due to purported vagueness, or in the alternative, seek an order directing a bill of particulars. As detailed below, the SSI sets forth the elements of the charged offenses, a point not challenged by defendants, and sufficient factual allegations to apprise defendants of the nature of the charges they face. The SSI is valid, and the defendants offer no legal basis for its dismissal. In addition, defense claim that they are entitled to know how the government will prove its case at trials beyond the scope of a bill of particulars. Defense are entitled to know the theory of the government's case, not the details of how it will prove its case at trial. The way it was worded to me, they don't know anything. They don't even know what he said exactly, what coded language he used, how he allegedly paid for the murder. They don't know if it was cash, a check. They don't know anything. So I'm confused here. The SSI and the government's discovery materials provide more than sufficient notice to defendants of the charges they face and do not create any double jeopardy issues. The motion should be denied in full. Count one is basically they just flew across state lines in a plane. Defendant Banks and his co-conspirators learned that Quando Rondo was in Los Angeles. Defendant Banks allegedly orchestrated and financed his co-conspirators' travel to LA to kill TB around the time that a Chicago-based co-conspirator booked flights for 5 of the hitmen to travel from Chicago to California for the murder. Durk texted, "Don't book no flights and or no names involved with me." Banks and Grant traveled on a private jet to LA. At Banks' direction, co-conspirator obtained the cars, ski masks, and firearms that killers used to stalk and attempt to kill TB. Like count one, count two plainly sets forth the elements of the crime that the defense each aiding and abetting the other, knowingly used facilities of interstate and foreign commerce, namely airplanes, cars, cell phones, and the internet with intent that the murder of TB be committed. The government has produced substantial discovery underlying these allegations, but the defense doesn't even know how he paid them or what he said to instruct them to murder someone. I know apparently they have wiretaps or audio messages and shit, but I don't think the defense...
They got a weak case, I think. I ain't gonna lie. So far, from what I've been hearing. But who knows?
Has them, like physically to review them. Government has provided substantial discovery to defendants consisting of 37,000 pages of reports and records, 310 gigabytes of audio and video recordings, and materials from extractions of over 30 digital devices and accounts, including social media. With each production, the government also provided a detailed index listing. Interesting. So the way his lawyers worded it was they know what they're accused of doing, but they don't have the actual evidence. That's the way I understood it. But the government is saying, hell no, we sent you a bunch of shit. Here we go. Defendants contention that the SSI gives no specifics about Mr. Banks' conduct that amounts to 1. A bounty offer, directions and furtherance of the murder is factually inaccurate and in any event not legally required. So they don't have to give it over by law? But he's charged with murder for hire. As to the law, the SSI is not required to outline the government's theories or evidence upon which the government will rely to prove those facts. Indeed, a motion to dismiss cannot be used as a device for a summary trial of the evidence. And they're citing cases here, federal cases, where basically you can't get shit. So it sounds like federal cases, you're not allowed to have evidence before trial. The government saying they sent over everything, but the defense is like, yeah, we don't even know where he allegedly hired someone to murder someone. This is so stupid. The SSI provides a factually detailed basis of the government's theory that following the murder of Bennett, defendant Banks used coded language to tell, among others, defendant Wilson and additional co-conspirators identified in discovery that he would pay a bounty to anyone who took part in the killing of TB. All right, so apparently they gave it over, the coded language. There's nothing vague about these allegations. A bill of particulars is not warranted because the indictment and discovery in this case are sufficient to allow defendants to prepare their defense and avoid surprise at trial and avoid double jeopardy. For the channel, please hit subscribe. I appreciate the support. Back to the video, boys. Specifically, defendant Banks requests the following information. The language that Mr. Banks allegedly used to convey his offer of a pecuniary bounty in exchange for the murder of TB, the nature of the item of pecuniary value that Mr. Banks is alleged to have offered, the date and time, audience, and circumstance of the alleged bounty offer, the language used, date and time, and audience at the direction of allegations in the indictment. Defense are not entitled to know how the government will prove its case at trial. What? This is so confusing. So they don't have all that, and they're just admitting that, yeah, we didn't give it to them because we're not required to give it to them. But in any event, the defense have already received substantial and organized discovery underlying each of the 4 requests. Okay, I guess the defense is wrong here. They have it, but they don't know where it's at. The court should therefore deny the request for bill of particulars. Defendant has been given notice that following the murder of Bennett in Atlanta, he offered a bounty for the murder of TB, and the persons who heard this are identified in the SSI, with additional details provided discovery. The evidentiary details sought by defendants are not the type of evidence subject to a bill of particulars, as they go to the government's proof at trial. Not any facts needed to fill an omission in the SSI. The motion should be denied. Our next one, government's opposition to Defense Bank's motion for early return of Jinx Act material. So what I think this is they want like discovery deadline. They want to have everything by a certain date. Defendant seeks a court-imposed deadline of 45 days before trial for the government to produce all Jinx Act material. His request should be denied as the government has already produced a substantial volume, including numerous statements of cooperating witnesses, and will continue to comply with its discovery obligations.
Numerous statements from cooperating witnesses. I wonder how many of them are co-defendants
in a timely manner. They sent material from anticipated government witnesses, and in July of 2025, there's snitches out here, boys. They're ratting, including from multiple cooperating co-conspirators. Jesus. Government may rightfully withhold identity of cooperating witnesses until 10 days before trial. To date, the government has produced over 250 pages of statements from government witnesses and has already reached an agreement with the defense to produce certain more sensitive materials, some of which fall under the scope of the Jinx Act, including recorded interviews of cooperating witnesses, pursuant to an attorney's eyes-only protective order in coming weeks. Defense assertion that the government's proposed production of all Jinx Act material 1 week before trial is inconsistent with due process, fundamental fairness, and efficient trial management misses the mark. Government will produce any such materials in a timely fashion once they're collected or.
It's good that Dirk did that interview at Academics. He said, if you snitch, I hate you. I hate you. If you're a rat, I hate you. Because it let him know now, so now he ain't got to worry about letting them know. Because they know now that Dirk, all them fucking rats that I was running with him, obviously, man.
Created consistent with its discovery obligations. So once again, the government is saying we are already doing what we're supposed to be doing. F you. That's what I'm gathering. Government's opposition to defendant Houston's motion to dismiss count 4 of the second superseding indictment. So Dirk's team and everyone else also joined in with that co-defendant to dismiss this. They all want to get rid of this count. Count 4 charges defendants with violation for use, carry, and discharge of firearms, including a machine gun, during and in relation to possession of such firearms in furtherance of 2 predicate crimes of violence. So basically, this has to do with a machine gun. Stalking resulting in death. After further consideration, the government has elected not to proceed on the murder for hire predicate for count 4 because that conviction carries a mandatory minimum penalty of life imprisonment. Therefore, conviction with that predicate does not impact the ultimate sentence. With respect to the stalking predicate, government now elects to proceed only under that the defense engaged in course of conduct that placed the victim in reasonable fear of death or serious bodily injury, resulting in SR's death. So they're switching it? So it sounds like they couldn't prove their case for this machine gun situation. They're taking their L and they're switching it to a stalking in violation of section.
Wow, that's crazy as hell.
226.
Yeah, that's not good. Like, what's really going on with this case? Hold on,
because the evidence will purportedly cause a mini trial and or defense admissions are subject to differing interpretations. The government intends to streamline and expediently present the critical evidence at issue, mostly through witnesses, including those cooperating with the government, who will already be testifying at trial. Moreover, to the extent defendants ascribe a meaning to defense statements that differs from the government's interpretation, that is the purpose of a jury trial.
Dirk knows at this point who the fuck is ratting. That's why they sent this ass to the hole. They're like, nah, he got to go to the hole. He knows who's ratting.
Probably.
Yeah, I just played the content of the foot of his lawyer saying, yeah, we're going to know who's ratting before the trial go down. So he definitely knows who's ratting. Wow.
Court should therefore reject defense requests to prevent the jury from hearing the following highly probative evidence, which is critical to telling a coherent and accurate story about SR's murder. So they were trying to suppress all this evidence. Government saying no. They also want to deny the severance of Wilson, Lindsay, and Houston, which severance obviously means like separately try them, like kick them off the case. Defense failed to demonstrate any unfair prejudice in a conspiracy trial from the introduction of evidence showing how the conspiracy operated and the relationship between co-conspirators and the motive for the conspiracy. Evidence of defendant Banks and OTF's rivalry with TB is inextricably intertwined with the murder and stalking charges. So it sounds like basically they're just saying we have to show the entire story of everything. We can't suppress this because it can cause issues at trial. Government seeks to introduce 2 discrete categories of motive-related evidence. 1, evidence related to the murder of Bennett in November 2020, defendant Banks and his OTF conspirators' rivalry with TB and the public pressure, including from defendant Banks and OTF's fans who repeatedly and publicly demanded that Banks exact revenge by sliding for Vaughn for Bennett's death. They're going to bring up sliding for Vaughn.
Yeah, that's from
oh
the
my
internet.
God. It's being used as evidence now. Y'all causing this shit. I'm just joking. Sorry. Statements and omissions that defendants made about sliding for Vaughn and fan pressure. Oh no. Defendant's contention that the public comments on his social media do not bear on his state of mind or motive. For example, defendant Banks rapped in 2021 song, "They be on my page like slide for Vaughn. I know they trolling me." An obvious reference to the scores of fans who goaded him and OTF into retaliating on his social media. Then, following SR's murder, defendant appeared on a well-known podcast where he tactfully admitted his involvement. What? They're saying he self-snitched on a podcast? After being asked about his rivalry with TB, and in response to the interview's question about whether the defendant was triggered by the slide for Vaughn comments, defendant coyly responded, "For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. For some odd reason. Might be the water. We hear, though. These direct admissions. That's not a direct admission. What are they talking about? That ain't no direct
See, I like him. See, he's smart. That ain't no direct admission. Fuck out of here.
No, it's absolutely not a direct admission.
Yeah, but that's what they said, though.
No,
They
I know
said
that. I'm saying it's
admission.
not. I agree with you. I like this guy.
Mission.
He's on point.
That's bullshit. So now I talk about snitch testimony that's going to happen, and they say, for example, and that's redacted. A text thread showing defendant Banks told a rival, "I got them hunting you," which he forwarded to OTF members, including defendant Wilson. Redacted. A text thread showing a feud between defendant Banks and a rival in which defendant Banks told OTF members he was going to pipe it up, grab a gun. A voice memo from redacted discussing OTF structure and defendant Banks' control over money and other OTF members. That paragraph is all very bad. Holy.
What? Oh, okay. Text from members. But
Pipe
the
it
stuff,
up, grab
all
a
that stuff
gun.
you just said,
That's not good.
yeah, that's not good. But all that rapping lyric stuff, that's the stuff that people like Trap Lord Ross go ahead and make official and say, oh, look at what he said here, what he said. Like, come on now. But
Oh no. The evidence is highly relevant to material disputed issues and should be admitted. One of his defenses is defendant Banks did not know about or order the murder. To prove defendant Banks' intent, knowledge, plan, the government must be permitted to introduce limited evidence showing that defendant Banks, not someone else within the OTF, had control over the organization, including its money, and that the other OTF members would fly across country to murder another rap artist on their own. April 2023, in which defendant Banks sent his OTF co-conspirators, including defendant Wilson, a screenshot of defendant Banks taunting a rival. I got them hunting you up. Ads better have 3 ski mask on. In response, OTF members warned defendant Banks to protect himself in light of a threat, stating, if you talk to them blood on the DM, text them in vanish mode. Materially, defendant Banks made clear in his text thread that I got, not another OTF member, has control of OTF associates that were hunting the rival. Sounds like these messages are biting him in the ass here. The I'm finna pipe it up message, in response to defendant Banks' call for violence.
these little niggas depend on technology too much. But let's keep going.
Against the rival gang. Blank agreed to follow Banks' lead. Exclaiming blood, it's green. Emoji of car and traffic light. Getting shit together now, no phones. Referring to a green light to act on defendant Banks' order, and defendant Banks' associates did just that. Government anticipates that, redacted. All this redacted is about snitches, clearly. Talking about lyrics where he says something about being a bounty hunter and being in Beverly Hills with machine guns or choppers looking for rivals. Government expects evidence at trial will show the defendants took significant steps to conceal their involvement in LA murder, including by using encrypted communications and or burner phones, and defendant Banks used redacted. Interesting. What is redacted there? What did he use to conceal his involvement? All right, next one is Durk's lawyers responded to the government's motion to make the jury anonymous. So Durk's lawyers don't want an anonymous jury. An anonymous jury would undercut transparency and fairness in these proceedings and would be inconsistent with Mr. Banks' presumption of innocence. Such a drastic measure is justified only when there's a strong reason to believe that anonymity is necessary to protect jurors or the integrity of the trial, and even then only when they're accompanied by reasonable safeguards to mitigate prejudice. Its motion not relies on evidence of credible danger to jurors, but only speculation and mischaracterization. The government makes dramatic statements with broad brush strokes without any specific and convincing facts that would mandate such extreme step. To find that an anonymous jury is warranted under the facts presented by the government would infer that such measures needed in any high-profile matter with allegations of violence. That certainly is not rooted in the law, which requires an articulated threat and impossibility in this case. Defense is saying there's no signs of any juror being threatened in this case. There's no credible threat. Governments fail to indicate to the court why it's necessary to keep juror information from the public, from the defendants who are all in custody, and also from the counsel. These are 3 separate levels of protection that each require their own analyses of necessity, which the government completely.
So why is he in the hole? You feel me? They said this, that. We know he know who the witnesses is, but like I said, is he dumb enough to try to do something there, or who the rats are? Is he dumb enough to make a move? If he do, then you're gonna see it because you're recording everything he say. You got every letter. Go ahead and let him do that, because if he do try to do that, that's really going to seal the deal on the case. Why put him in the hole, and he's not even convicted? You're risking insanity and shit, and he ain't even convicted yet. I don't even agree with that. That's just me. But at the same time, hey, we want to know who did it. We don't like this whole nobody getting killed out here, but it's like, wait a minute though. You want to be treated fairly, because at the same time, white people get falsely convicted just like black people out here. It happens. Swear to God.
Everybody gets falsely convicted. Everybody does. Happens.
Yeah, it could happen. So when you see somebody getting treated wrong, it's like, wait, we gotta watch this, because it could be
especially if that person has like a really great life, and they're fit to lose a lot. Bullshit.
A really good life. This motherfucker, sheesh, Luis. But when he's taking on academics, he took that hard stance against the snitches and stuff like that. That clip went crazy. The feds watching all that type of stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. And then shit, people lost their lives. I ain't gonna lie. So that was it. So who knows what's going on? But I'm just saying, don't falsely convict somebody. That's all.
For sure.
I'm not belittling none of the lives lost in this situation at all. They got solitary confinement. My brother told me about that, and I've been there not that long, but the motherfuckers go crazy down there. You feel me? Lose their mind.
For sure. For sure.
especially young people.
Anybody, you know, it's a bad thing to do, is to be locked by yourself as a human. So
looking at
they know how to torture you without legitimately torturing you, I guess, or legally.
Looking at four walls and can't move. That's it. It ain't like in a big house by yourself. You're in a little box. I remember as a juvenile, I got locked up out there in Rhode Island. And for a short time, they had me in there for probably 8-9 hours by myself in a thing. I was like 15 or 16 though. I was young, but I almost lost my mom. Just like that. Swear to God, that was the hardest time I ever did. I've been to prison, did 3 years. I've been to state jails, all that. I mean, but I remember that shit. I was like, oh shit, I was about to go crazy. I remember that shit. Lil from Academics, he claimed everybody turning their back on Durk and watching Lil this, and we
Yo, what Durk is realizing, Durk is a great soldier, but nobody looked at him like a leader. Durk was willing.
He looked crazy when he cut his hair. Whoosh. You feel me? Damn, boy got that dome piece look crazy. Look at what they used to cut his hair too. They must have used some scissors. My boy looked crazy. Damn. They went crazy on him with that.
To move on behalf of the people he's loyal to when they get locked up. When he locked up, they might drop him as a bar in a song, but half of the niggas that Durk fuck with, they trying to link with YoungBoy right now. So they ain't even trying to acknowledge Durk. Let's keep it a bean. They trying to link with YoungBoy. Their music career drying up. They're like, damn, well, where's the heat at? Well, the heat over there with YB. He's popping. Best tour of 2025. Yo, you about to drop some other shit. You know what everybody's saying? Yo, let's try to see if they could be cool. Like, hold on. These niggas been beefing since 2020. This is how the industry's.
He's saying that people ain't looking out for him, but Doug just paid he said he paid his lawyer fees and stuff like that.
Rappers who I seen that was mad buddy, chummy with Durk, they're now buddy, chummy with Herbo. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe they're just like Chicago niggas. Or maybe they're just saying that nigga's on the injured reserve. This is a replacement, man. They're saying that they're hoping the trial gets pushed. And it appears that it will, if you ask me.
On the early preliminary disclosure of certain evidence the government intended to introduce at trial. The revised notice makes clear that the evidence described in...
We just went through that.
And this is the reason why I know people keep hearing feds, and obviously that makes us a little bit more like, oh, they got some shit.
I don't know if he got a point with that, because all I know, Thug just put money on helping them out and things like that. A lot of rappers still fucking with him on, but what can you do when you doing business? This is hip hop. They got to keep it moving. This dude can't do no songs in there, especially now he in the hole. So this dude is just painting a narrative with that. But that's what he do. But I wanted to check and make sure he didn't have no points that I ain't know about. But as you see, he did the same thing I just did and reacted to the old boy.
Yeah.
What's that kid name? I should have remembered his name. I think I got the last piece of footage. They say Lil Tim, the guy that killed King Von, they say he got shot in Texas. Well, we don't know if that's true or not. I really don't think it's true. You feel me? But let's check out the Seti Nash footage and see what's up. Because
could have sworn, man, that Lil Tim would be on the bingo card for some BS to happen, because this dropped today. So here, about 7 hours ago, we had seen this. Quando Rondo affiliate Lil Tim was allegedly shot in Texas. His condition is still unknown. He said, follow for more content like this and updates. Then you see the Freaking comments going crazy. But he limited the comments, and there's a reason why. Let's go. Don't know him, but praying. He was a great guy. The moment he popped on, his life was already on the clock. Finally, some justice. Like, what the F? Started to feel like karma didn't exist. For real. You got the smoking by Wiz Khalifa, laughing emojis. They finally got him. Finally.
They
Charles
all have-
White in tears right now.
Finally.
On God or on gang. What a time to be alive, literally. The mild tired niggas ain't playing. On gang. Laughing emojis. Why do these guys like being so hood after 20 years old? Like, when do you guys grow up to be men? What you think you're gonna be hard all your life? Someone younger is always harder than you. Like, wake up and save the streets, not bury the streets for real. Hope he is okay. Hope Lil Tim pulls through. Always tough to hear about these situations. Damn, bro, RIP. This is sad. Damn, what the hell? Guys, good. Let that MF be.
You know what's crazy is when the rap game got these stupid people in the comments saying, "Oh, good, finally," and they some fans of Von. You fucking assholes. D-riders. That's crazy. No, that's ultimate D-riding right there. I swear to God, that's ultimate D-riding. If you got invested in some beef that you don't got nothing to do with, it's two artists and somebody died, and you on there just you fucking, that's lame as hell. I'm sorry. But I guess that's the kids. There gotta be some kids. Can't be no fucking grown person doing that. No, nah. I can't even see it.
History soon, too. Von don't know any of you niggas. The dick riding is outrageous.
See?
Boy, if that nigga die, they're gonna have a field day.
D-Rod.
Look how quick you niggas, look how quick you make niggas believe anything. You hear right here. Then it starts.
You know, on my son, I ain't watched none of these videos. I'm just speaking, and that's crazy as hell. It's a fact, though.
That's why.
It kind of get a little weird. But that's where the cap got to stop. So it turns out that was Cap. Big old Capperton. Because Lil Tim actually respond. But it's not just Lil Tim responding that I think y'all should pay attention to, bro. It's the comments as well. Because I'm going to be fair, square, obvious, and honest. In hood terms, Lil Tim did nothing wrong. But let the trolls or fans or whatever tell it, holy shit. Yo, we got an app this time with free cash. So, hey, sign up, get $5 on your boy Nash. You hear me?
Straight fans. D-Rod.
Yeah. That's, you called it 100%. That was good.
I'm just saying, like, I hate that's just disgusting, though, to be so invested on, you know what I mean, on that level to where if somebody died and you talking about, oh, somebody get killed, like a shot, you celebrating. That's crazy. You don't know the problem. Yeah. Straight D-Reezy, feel me?
D-Herbos.
D-Herbo. You know, in Brooklyn, that word herb, we used to call it like it's a bad thing. You know that because that's New York.
Yeah, somebody's a herb, bro. They're a herb. Like that's why the first time I heard his name, I was like, yo, that's wild. That's crazy.
Like,
that's crazy.
Herbo, what the fuck?
Yeah, because a herb is a tool.
I'm like, yeah. So then it's like he jumping on the bandwagon or the bullshit. Yeah. Actually, he just got his first platinum single. Went legit. That song that's out went platinum.
All right. Shout out G Herbo.
Crazy, but man. So what you think they gonna continue with this documentary thing? Because 50 Cent, they saying 50s is coming next.
Yeah, I don't know.
This documentary trend, you ain't with it? You ain't for it?
I'll be honest, I didn't watch the Diddy documentary. Like, I figured the fact that there's a documentary, it's bad enough, and I'd hear about it, and I did. I just didn't need to watch it. But yeah, with everybody putting money up on these videos now, on these documentaries and shit, blowing people's shit up, it's getting real dicey out here.
You didn't watch it because you're poor and you don't have Netflix, right?
I don't have Netflix. Yeah, I have Netflix.
The girl over your house, she told me you didn't have Netflix, so that's what I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. I was busy watching Stranger Things.
Is that a good show?
Yeah. What? You don't have Netflix?
Yeah, I do. I'm totally out loops. Stranger
I canceled Disney. I canceled Disney for a little while.
Why? Disney got a bunch of things. They got Hulu and stuff.
Disney was dope, but like I was only on really for Star Wars content, and fucking they haven't made anything new. So like when they start coming out with new shit, I don't know if I can come back. You know, like $20 a month for fucking literally the only thing I was watching was I was getting Hulu free with it. So I was watching Letterkenny Problems, which is like a 10-year-old fucking Canadian show. You know.
Let's sum up today. Like the first topic, Iran. What's your final thoughts on the Iran?
Iran, I like it. I like it. Like it. Look, it seems like every day in America, it looks like we're taking a step back, but at least everywhere else in the world, it seems like they're trying to fucking get into like normal times and get out of the bullshit, whereas we just keep stepping further into it. But yeah, I like it. The people of Iran should definitely get the boot off their neck, and if they can, good for them. And I think we should help if possible.
Elon Musk did his thing with the
that's God mode right there.
That's definitely cool.
On his Tony Stark business.
Yeah, that was some cool shit right there.
For sure. For sure. He's like, oh, you turn the internet off? Boop. I don't think so.
That's the type of stuff we want to see from those ultra rich people. These like ridiculous
using your resources and assets for good, you know?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Which he does. I mean, he saved freedom of speech in America, or at least helped it.
Yep. Minneapolis, I'm still on the fence with it, like as far as like the officer and what he should deal with, because that's all I'm concerned about, because we always got to watch and don't let the line get pushed. Watch that line, because once it get pushed and pushed, next thing you know, they clapping up everybody and it's all good. Nah, fuck that. Like a citizen was killed, black or white. I'm with the protesting for that. You fucked up there. Maybe if you knew how to neutralize the situation better, you wouldn't have to deal with this new protesting that you got to deal with now. On top of the
technically, he did completely neutralize the situation.
Yeah, you didn't hear me. I said maybe if you know how to neutralize the situation a little better. That's what I said.
Yeah, I get
it. Okay, so
that one I don't like that an American is dead. I don't like that a federal agent is now under scrutiny for it. It was all completely avoidable. I think in the future, I think the Minneapolis police and every city police needs to do a better job of keeping these civilians out of the way of the federal troops when they're, conducting their raids.
For sure. I agree with that. Durk situation. I don't agree with being in solitary confinement. He ain't even been charged with the shit yet, so he should be able to be in population, but very monetized. That this government feel like he needs to be monetized. Yeah, he needs to be fucking watched then, and put the cameras on, the phone calls, watch the letters, everything else. But the solitary confinement, he's not convicted yet. I don't agree with that. That's just me though. And the rats,
I feel like it's a bullshit abuse of power, and I feel it's just flat out lazy to say, well, he could do this and he could do that. Yeah, he can do a lot of fucking things, but it doesn't mean he's gonna. And until he does, you can't take rights away. And that's how I feel about that. Like the guy's already probably going down for life over this bullshit. If he gets popped, he's going for life. Like, stop dicking around, stop being fucking petty.
If you got money, you got.
And it seems like they got plenty of witnesses and plenty of rats. And if he gets off one of them, he's still got 6 or 7 locked up behind him to go. So,
exactly, the government. If you got a lot of money goes to these agencies, and put the money, make that person, whoever got to do that job, get a little more money. Whatever you got to do, but you can't put somebody in. So I think you're right with that when you said it's a lazy ass thing to do, because they don't want to put that bread behind it and do what they got to do. Sorry. You got to treat everybody the same, because they don't know that they could be in prison. Like, I like those cool movies, it never happened, but the movie where like the top whatever agent get framed and he's all of a sudden innocent as hell, but he in that type of situation, you feel me? Because it's really real. It can happen to anybody. So you gotta watch it.
For sure. For sure. Like many people have been set up in the past, especially in our country with our government, CIA, like, governments and just rich people in general, like they make things happen. But yeah, people get set up all the time. Like, shit, we still don't even know what happened to JFK for sure.
I'm telling you, that's a fact.
And he was the president. He was the president.
Cold
we don't
fact.
even know who shot at Donald Trump still. Like, we know
That's
nothing about
crazy
these
as hell.
people.
That's crazy.
It
So-
never changes. Never changes, Bush. The people with money and influence can pretty much
That's
do
a
what they
situation.
want.
But even if
Yeah.
so let me explain what I'm trying to say as far as the other shit.
Sure.
A killer gets caught up that we seen on camera. He get caught up. We seen it. Everybody know he did it. You know what I mean? He go to jail. But if he get treated unfairly and like certain people or whatever, thrown in the whole confinement, all this type of shit. Now imagine somebody who's been framed and he ain't even do nothing, or he's falsely accused, because you don't even got to be framed. You can just be falsely accused. You fix the description and whatever else.
Yes.
Now
Wrong
they treat
place,
you
wrong
crazy. Yeah. So we got to watch that line and that's all. Monitor it and that's that. You know, a lot of people ain't gonna speak on that or about these people that's in solitary confinement and they ain't even gonna be convicted yet.
It is scary how quickly you can lose your freedom in the United States of America.
Facts. You know, and then the cap with the I don't know what's capping or not, because I heard of this situations where it's like somebody got killed or shot and they say I ain't got shot, but they really I seen it happen when like somebody was in a wheelchair, they got shot, but because of their image and the ops was laughing and celebrating, they said I ain't never get shot, and it came out that they did get shot and they paralyzed type shit. So with this kid, Lil Tim, the one that killed King Von, like I ain't gonna say allegedly because he was acquitted of the charges or whatever else, but he killed King Von. There's the thing going around saying he got shot. We talked about that or whatever else. But my thing is this cap situation is out of control. You know, like if they lying, that's terrible. Like why would you even? But hey, I guess you know because. And I don't know, like you got the ops that's like, oh, he got shot, and they feeling it. The fans gonna run with it, just like we saying that it's because of the ultimate D-riding. That's why, you know, the D-riding. Once they hear a little whisper of it, they running with it. The D-riding is ridiculous. Von been dead for like a while, and they still love it. They, like, man. So I just think like if he wasn't a gangster rapper and he was any type of entertainer or something, and he wasn't involved in that life and he had other opportunities, maybe this nigga would have been something special anyway, though. I think, you know, certain dudes, because it's a lot of dudes with the same repertoire that not as loved as this motherfucker. They obsessed with him. They are.
It's true. True. No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's true. It's and it's I just keep thinking about what he must be thinking, like going from being Lil Durk to now just being bald headed on death row, basically. Jesus.
He's not on death row. He's being treated like he is, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Basically, he's not on death row. He wasn't even convicted yet, but shit, you'd think he was. He's doing that Shawshank Redemption time right now.
Damn.
That's tough. That's tough. I'm not making light of it, bro. I couldn't even imagine having to do that kind of bid. Fuck that. And he's not even guilty yet. That's the crazy thing. Like he can be found innocent, and he just went through all this for nothing.
Crazy as hell. Hold on, let me pull up some old bull rat shit so I could look at you and clown you real quick for 10 minutes, and we're gonna end this. I want to see an old bull rat episode. Just jumped in my head.
I don't even know what the hell you could possibly pull up out of all those years.
It's crazy. Like what the hell?
Oh God.
What you mean? Crazy as
Hopefully,
hell.
whatever it is I'm saying, I'm standing on business because I almost always am.
You say you stand on B's Waz, huh?
I do, for better or worse.
Yeah, but you don't like. hear some new evidence and change it. You just stick with whatever it is.
No, that's not true. You know, I've gone back and forth on many things based on the evidence at hand.
You're like a robot programmed to go, and that's it.
Programmed to be angry and white.
There's no changing with you. I said what I said. Oh, wait, we live though. So let me go to the lives. I'm tripping. I was looking at the videos. We ain't got no videos. That's a problem too. Yeah, I guess with videos, edited videos go. Oh man.
I gotta go through and make an edit of all like my premonitions, everything I said that was gonna happen that wound up happening.
You never made no premonition.
Yes, I did.
No,
I
you
called a
didn't.
lot of shit. A lot of shit.
Give me one
I called
example.
this Minnesota thing. I called this Minnesota thing big time.
Oh my
like 6
God.
weeks ago, I mentioned that shit.
It's a horrible thing to be so happy to yell and they call this Minnesota thing.
Not the murder. I'm talking about the fraud. Not about the.
Oh,
not about
oh
the
yeah.
woman getting murdered there.
You called the fraud for real?
Yo, what?
Oh,
You don't listen to me when I talk.
you called the
It's okay.
fraud.
Yeah, I said I was like Minnesota's
Fucking
wilding
wild.
out with fraud right now. Nobody wanted to hear that. And then Nick Shirley did his video, and all of a sudden, everybody knows about it.
So wait, you didn't call the fraud. You seen the fraud, and then
No,
you
I
said
knew of it. I knew of it, and I said this is going on out there. And nobody cared. You know, like a lot of other people spoke about it. I didn't cover it myself.
What up, y'all? We back. Just a surprise live for y'all. A lot of fuckery going
Where
on.
was
We
this
about to, tap in on some things. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of bullshit. A lot of crying on the internet.
Why you so
the past couple
happy?
days, man.
Why you smiling like that? Oh, boy,
Yeah, I
yo,
want to hear what the topic is. I'm talking about a lot of crying going on the internet. So something happened.
this dude is cheese and look at it. He's like, yeah, a lot of car going on.
People getting their feelings, getting hurt.
And a lot of dry snitching.
Oh, yeah, but they snitching on themselves and everybody else around them too. But like this one cat gotta chill.
So yo, what we got the we got a beat playing too. The fuck is that beat? Austin
Yeah,
White.
you got something.
First of all, he
You got the 800 number up there. The chat is lit.
Weird. Yeah, when that T.I. son, him and T.I.'s son supposed to be, you know, they all on the vlogs, all on the YouTube, crazy shit. He said he's gonna do him like Trayvon Martin. He's tripping. What are we talking about?
Oh, I remember this.
Normal everyday people, civilians would never fucking do, you know. But like, you're baiting.
Go be rag, go crazy. Let's go.
Yeah.
He said
The worst. Like,
bro. Now think about this: out of all the people he insulted,
What's
all
that?
the gangsters, all the you know, so-called gangsters, all the people he insulted. Why the hell? I'm consistent. You still see my plants in the back. You still see my bull like son. You heard? T.I. feel like he gotta be the one. Like that tells you something about his character. That's my dog. That was my
Hell,
dog.
I was gonna say because that's not my dog.
That
That's
was
crazy.
Kaya going on. That was my dog.
Yeah,
I
how
miss
long
my
ago was
dog.
this? This is like 3 years ago.
I miss my dog Kaya.
yeah, but I mean, maybe you should talk about some realer people. Like, there's some real people in the industry that he hasn't said shit about. They might be able to do something to him.
Be red.
Check. I don't know.
He told you nobody better than me.
Yo, girls love crazy. Ed's got money. Like,
we stupid.
Got
the homies involved. James Hudson. Like he needed help with his son. Got the homies
James
involved.
Hudson,
All
nice.
laugh together. Look at my son. That's some ill shit right there. I don't know what I was talking about.
Shout out James Hudson.
nobody can beat him. Like, there's nobody like that. Dude, that guy is legit.
Said he's legit. You talking about Kanye? He does it, you know. So yeah.
You know, like that's crazy. It's crazy.
Little taste of that bull rad back in the day.
Old school, throwback shit.
Old school. Hold up, because there was one thing where we was really on fire. But anyway, man, what else you want to get into, man? We about to get up out of here.
Nothing much. There was just it's funny, we were talking before about Netflix and stuff like that, and I was talking about that show Stranger Things, and that show had a lot of issues between seasons, so it took like 10 years for that show to come out with all 5 seasons, maybe more. But it's crazy because I went back and started watching the first episode of it, and I'm rewatching. I'm like, man, I forgot all about this. And I look at the date, and it's like July something 2016. It's like, bro, 2016. The world 10 years ago was such a different place. America was such a different place just 10 years ago, just 7 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, it is crazy. I just looked back, I was like 2016. I was like, Jesus Christ, before 2019 doesn't even seem like the same timeline.
How different? What you mean by that?
I mean, between COVID and here in New York, we were put down for 2 fucking years. You know what I mean? Like we just stopped living our lives for 1.5 years, 2 years. You know what I mean? With the lockdowns, and then Trump getting elected, and that was crazy. And then he didn't get reelected, and then just the insanity that took place every day. And now the past year with him back in office is just every day seems like more and more unreal. It's just wild. It just seems wild. Like, I'm sure it seemed like back in 2019 and before 2020, everything was crazy, but then COVID happened. Now we know what crazy really is. Like, everything's just insane. It just seems insane to me. I don't know. What do you think? Everything seems normal to you?
Everything, what's normal? I don't know what you think is normal.
I'm saying, I don't know. Maybe I guess it's just the age of information. We just know so much about what's going on that it just seems overwhelming. Could just be that.
Because if it wasn't on the internet, you wouldn't know what's going on in Iran. You wouldn't know what's going on in Ukraine.
It's true. Like, that is very true. It's very true.
So what I'm saying is, why are you so scared? Oh, it's crazy.
I mean, it is crazy times, bro. It is crazy times in America, at least. Not worldwide. The world's always crazy, but in America, it's been pretty crazy. This year was crazy.
The Venezuela thing was the craziest, probably.
Charlie was the craziest thing, bro. That was nuts.
Charlie? Oh.
Watching that shit happen, like, shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was a sign of the time, because you see it right there.
Yeah.
Internet crazy. Even though we seen JFK right there.
Yeah, but that was we didn't watch it in 4K in real time though.
Nah, it looked like it. It might as well have been. You seen it. I ain't gonna get to describing, but we seen.
Did you see the Charlie Kirk video? Like, did you watch the whole thing with the close-up version? Oh, bro, it was pretty heavy duty. I've seen a lot of stuff like that, but I've watched a lot of terrible videos. The average person's never seen any videos like that. That was a crazy video to see, and it was everywhere.
Because you love them so much. It's you different. I get it. You know, we all respect.
No, I'm saying I watched a lot of unedited war videos and stuff like that and shit. Like, I've seen some pretty graphic things for sure. Even in real life, I've seen some really graphic things, but that was really crazy. But I'm saying, for the average kid that goes on Twitter to see that shit when it happened that day, or on Instagram and sees it, like,
they shouldn't be seeing
that's not cool. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. That was a crazy situation, man.
It really was.
Oh, you're wild. Didn't it open up with what's his name shooting that dude? What's the kid shot the guy in Manhattan?
That was crazy too. Was crazy.
Like 2025 was a wild ass year.
Look at all these crazy cats here.
Like, I'm making it clear that I'm on this side. I'm making it clear where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like telling. That's why he shouldn't do no moves with the social media. It's kind of telling, kind of like. Nah, I ain't gonna get into that. But it's telling.
So can I ask B-Rat a question? Let's say hypothetically they convict Junior of this crime. Do you think they're not watching the Pops after that? Or do you because he ain't got nothing to do with it, they gonna leave the Pops alone?
I'm not saying this isn't gonna bring smoke his way. This is a problem. This is an issue. This is definitely an issue. And the cops are gonna go ahead. They're gonna try to prosecute on that. They're gonna try to get the father, of course. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not saying what should or shouldn't happen. Yeah, of course.
But Terrence,
you should be on that regardless. You should be on that regardless if this is your city. You stand on that and you take that. But no, man, these like There's a reason why he's not in jail already.
Terrence is saying how a general put a flunky in a place to do some shit like that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, T. Come on, Terrence. Come on. That's what we saying.
We about to start getting to these comments. I'm about to go back. We about to get into some of these comments because these dudes they going crazy.
Show. Watch a little bit.
Yo, B-Rad, I see your point, man.
Me too.
Sometimes it ain't gotta be. He don't gotta put it out and say, "This is my son. He under me." Everybody
like
he's under him. What are you talking about?
It's called guilty by association.
We know that I don't like it, and you know that.
Damn, B-Rad took some abuse on those channels over the years.
I was spitting facts. I said
he got thick skin.
I said nothing's gonna happen to him. Ain't shit gonna happen to him. He ain't getting in no trouble. And guess what didn't happen to him?
And you was right. Okay, one of your predictions right there. Example.
That's not my stance. My view on things. I'm just saying like that. That's how law works, and they're not going to.
Let's get into the comments.
Too circumstantial.
Now, I just want to get into the comments. I don't want everybody jumping in. None of that. Shout out to Dope.
That was terrible. What is wrong with me? Yeah. Yeah, B-Rad gotta be a soldier to still be here fucking with me. Man. Your boy.
We have fun. We have a lot of fun over here.
We had fun. This is one of our biggest lies, though, with this shit.
Been unapologetic. Quavo and Takeoff was invited. Somebody call it. Quavo and Takeoff was invited to a private party.
Crazy.
Go ahead, read it if y'all see it. B-Rad, read it.
Quavo and Takeoff was invited to a private party.
And you laughing.
So doing what you do, you can predict what someone is going to do. Jay Prince Jr. spoke to the guy with.
He started laughing. I said, B-Rad, read it. But the young homie jumped in. But you was going to read it. That was just funny. I was like, oh shit, I'm like, oh damn. Overwhelming. Oh, B-Rad, read it. This nigga. Shout out to Dennis though. He read it.
The yellow hoodie on. Y'all saw the video with homie with the yellow hoodie?
I'm not getting into that dry snitching. Yo, who calling? What up? Where you from? What's your name, my boy? My girl.
I'm stupid.
Hello?
That was crazy. That was fucking crazy. Like, yo, I'm not getting that dry snitching.
What the fuck? I'm making it clear that I'm on this side. I'm making it clear where I'm at with it. And it's kind of like telling. That's why he shouldn't do no moves with the social media. It's kind of telling, kind of like
different move back.
I ain't gonna get into that, but it's telling.
So let me ask. Can I ask B-Rad a question?
I went back to.
Let's say hypothetically they convict Junior of this crime. Do you think they're not watching the pops after that, or do you because he ain't got nothing to do with it? They gonna leave the pops.
That's a rerun.
I'm not saying this isn't going to bring smoke his way. This is a problem. This is an issue. This is definitely an issue, and the cops are going to go ahead. They're going to try to prosecute on that. They're going to try to get the father. Of course, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I'm not saying what should or shouldn't happen. Yeah, of course.
But Terrence,
you should be on that regardless. You should be on that regardless if this is your city. You stand on that and you take that. But no, man, there's a reason why he's not in jail already.
Terrence is saying Terrence is saying how a general put a flunky in a place to do some shit like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, T. Come on, Terrence. Come on. That's what we saying.
We about to start getting to these comments. I'm about to go back. We about to get into some of these comments because these dudes they going crazy on this motherfucker. Yo, B-Rad, I see your point, man. But
me too.
Sometimes it ain't gotta be. He don't gotta put it out and say, "This is my son. He under me." Everybody he's under him. What are you talking about?
It's called guilty by association.
We know that I don't like it. You know that that's not my stance and my view on things. I'm just saying, like that's how law works, and they're not going to.
Let's get into the comments.
Too circumstantial.
Now I just want to get into the comments. I don't want everybody jumping in that. Shout out to Dope and Unapologetic. Quavo and Takeoff was invited. Somebody call it. Quavo and Takeoff was invited to a private party. Go ahead, read it if y'all see it. B-Rad, read it.
Quavo and Takeoff was invited to a private party, so they thought. So doing what you do, you can predict what someone is going to do. Jay Prince Jr. spoke to the guy with the yellow hoodie on. Y'all saw the video with homie with the yellow hoodie?
I'm not getting into that dry snitching. Yo, who calling? What up? Where you from? And what's your name, my boy? My girl.
Just quick with it too.
Hello? They hung up. Call back.
Yeah, this is a very funny comment. I want to shout out JH right here. It says, y'all looking at mob ties. What if it was a sanctioner paid by YSL? Yeah, that's funny.
That's crazy.
Yo, y'all call up, man. This show is about, we want to hear what the fuck the people got to say about this shit. Ain't nobody scared to speak.
I was on though. I was really
okay, now
hosting.
the dirty work, so I don't know what that
Why they trying to get YSL in there? That's fucked up, yo. Free YSL.
She said
that's funny though. That's actually funny. No, that's actually funny though because Young Thug really tried to pay a hit on YSL Gucci. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know about none of that.
Like that's crazy.
We like,
I don't know about none of that.
Me and B-Rad, like, I don't know about none of that.
Yo, everybody was like, chill. Fucking talking like that. That's reckless.
They got like the first week he was in prison, he got a cell phone from a guard that was for his tap, and he called and said to handle somebody. That's already been said. I don't know if that's gonna.
Yeah, that's kind of why Young Thug under that RICO charge right now. Cause that's another story though.
It's a bad look.
All right.
Never would have thought he was gonna beat that charge.
Offset,
so funny.
I'm a real
Offset is creative. He with the changes and he do different stuff. Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with that. He very creative, obviously too. I ain't gonna lie. He started dancing and shit. There's no justification for Takeoff being murdered. Thank you. Yo, don't be unapologetic. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? You saying some shit, boy. You definitely saying some shit. Vaughn said he won't trying to talk about basketball. That's my country boy, I guess. Hey, he won't try to talk about basketball.
Nah.
I don't think I ever watched this
He didn't want to hear that.
Whole lot of gay shit. You NYC, so I fuck with you for sure. Y'all go listen to Last Memory from Takeoff. Talks about Mob, Ty, and the Dice.
Now, yeah, that track is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's a crazy track. Y'all should definitely listen.
Check it out. Maybe I should pre-read this shit.
I want the Holy back.
Bush, you a motherfucking retard. Get the fuck off. Nene Johnson. Now their conversation was deeper.
Did somebody say something about me in the
some questions so we could address the question.
That would have been cool.
But let's be honest here. Come on, man. Like B-Rad, if you had a son. Never mind, I ain't gonna get into that. I'm just saying. The pops, man.
Hey, I respect B-Rad. He's staying firm. I gotta.
I like that. I like that.
I gotta respect that, man.
And I'm not saying I like that this is gonna happen to the guy. I don't think, you know what I'm saying, but maybe he should be held responsible in the court of law. But I'm just saying what they will convict on, not what they're gonna try on, what they're gonna convict on. They ain't getting that. Trust me, they're not getting that. Too circumstantial.
Yeah.
Yo, could you read these minutes? My bad.
She said, nah, you can't say Offset wasn't lit before Cardi. Nah, he was on fire. You need to go back to
agree with you. That's the
now you gotta read the emojis. Come on, you like.
But he wasn't saying that though. He wasn't saying that. He was saying everybody dropped individual solo albums and he popped more because of Cardi.
This is my nigga, he know.
I agree with y'all, but I definitely do agree with our backs. Our backs have a point. Like Offset
I don't know what I was
very
on,
lit,
bro.
very lit before Cardi. Like,
you guys
how you think Cardi found out about him? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you guys know that Offset and Cardi are both suing the label, right?
And you had something different too. We was some real. The fuck ain't no declining. Nah, we better.
Yeah,
not.
this is crazy. This is crazy to watch.
Like, wait, this is a good fucking like.
Because it's retrospect, This is 3 years ago, so now we've seen all of this shake out, and like, what fell by the wayside, who never got charged, what dead ends. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to watch.
We got into that too.
I'm saying, but like
so
that.
What though?
So that screams solo career to me. You're trying to break up the label, and you're in a 3-man group, and your boys just dropped an album together, and you're on your own. Like, it sounds like he's going to make his own move. He's going solo. There's no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, you're talking about him and P getting into it. Yeah.
Whoever he signs with, he's going to go solo and he's going to hit. You know what I mean? Because Quavo's a bigger than the Migos are right now.
All right, minutes. What's this one say?
Jay Prince Jr. just unfollowed Quavo for what reason? When you put your hand in that fire, you sure going to get burnt.
We definitely was on. He was on the good foot back then.
Yeah, we were tapped in. We were all up on everything. Like, the second it happened, we'd jump in, and we had a lot of people tapping in with us.
Yeah, for sure.
We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back.
We're gonna bring it right back. You know that. But anyway, shit, I'm about to get up out of here.
Is there any last words? Man, I feel like I'm on trial here.
You're in an electric chair.
Nah, man. Just you know, it is what it ain't, and you know, keep your eyes open. Always watch these people out here.
Always watch everybody. And you know, anybody that's too friendly with everybody.
Better watch that.
Yeah, watch it too. But anyway, shit, we out of here. Bull Rad once again, another smasher, banger. Back and check that content out. Real shit only been spoke. Real views,
predictions,
and all that other shit, debating and all that. We give it all.
Calling balls and strikes for years over here. Let's go.
Cold fact of life. We out of here until next time, though. Good night. Peace.
Good night.